Welcome to the Jeremiah Show. My special guest today, I'm going to try to pronounce it as pretty as she does. Chef Victoire Gouloubi from Top Chef World All Stars, season 20, from London. Chef Victoire did not laugh at me when I introduced her just now, and she did not correct me. So I must have done it semi-okay. I must have pronounced her name okay. Did I do okay, Chef?
Okay. It's
Just okay. All right. She was born and raised in the Republic of Congo. Victoire Gouloubi left her war-torn country and she traveled to Italy to study law. It was there that she found her passion for food and she switched up a little bit. She has cooked her way through the UK, through notable restaurants from Italy to France. And in 2021, she was named one of the 100 most influential women of 2021 by F Magazine in Italy. Congratulations. Wow. She was a runner-up on the second season of Top Chef Italy. She currently resides in Milan as a private chef. We get to have 23 minutes with Chef today, and I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to get right to the interview. Welcome to the show, Victoire.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
Nice.
I say right? It's
No,
Jeremiah.
that's okay.
In Italian, it's Italian Jeremiah. It's very elegant.
Jeremiah, everybody in Spanish calls me Jeremiah or Jeremias, which I guess is like a Mexican candy, I'm told. But I'll take however you want to pronounce my name is fine.
Jeremiah. It's very elegant.
Thank you.
Sounds
Your
good.
name is beautiful. I love it. Victoire. I'm just going to say it all day after we hang up. Are you in Milan tonight?
Sorry?
Are you in Milan right now?
Yes, right now I'm in Milan.
In Milan. 6 o'clock over there. Well,
yes.
You're originally from the Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Is that correct?
No, it's the Republic of Congo because you have two Congo, the
Okay.
DRC, Democratic Republic,
DRC,
Republic of Congo, and the Republic of Congo. I'm from the Republic of Congo.
Okay, I want to get it right, so I will not make that mistake twice. I love that. I've never spoken to anyone from Republic of Congo, and this is a really neat opportunity. Of course, your country is endowed with really exceptional natural resources like cobalt, copper, hydropower potential. You've got a lot of land, immense biodiversity, and the world's second largest rainforest. Is that true? All true?
It's true. It's true. And we were in we were in this forest after the second war in Congo. We live in this war in this forest, for 8 months with a pygmy, the small people, in the French you can get pygmy, like Aboriginal people.
Yeah.
And in the time they say us, we don't need you here because you like people from the city. You are destroying the nature, you are destroying the earth. You want to be rich, you want to wear a good clothes, but you are destroying the nature. In the time I don't understand, I say, why they are saying that, they're saying has that. But now I understand that after 20 years old.
Well, and the people that live there, they don't benefit from the wealth of the country often, do they?
No.
There's so much there, but like most places in the world, so few grab onto the wealth and the mass doesn't share it as much. Tell me about, but you love it. You grew up there, Congolese flavors and traditions. Tell me about your Congo.
My Congo is just amazing. I think for each of us, it's important to have a great background of our country. My country, I just think when I was child, when I was young, I was running without shoes. I was happy.
Yeah.
I had one lunch in the day, but I was happy. And principally we had the vegetarian food, the vegetarian diet. When my mom or my aunt were cooking was cooking with meat, for us was like a party, because we have a chicken or a meat for the dinner or the lunch. But principally we eat roots, vegetables, a lot of spices. For us in Congo, the spices is not just to season a dish to give a punch or a texture. It's very important to care about it, to care the skin, to care the hair. For us, food is a religion. It's very important to be to have a respect for the nature.
What are some of your favorite ingredients that are indigenous to the Congo that you like to cook with?
My favorite ingredient, it's a root, it's cassava. I grew up with cassava. It's gluten-free. You can make any kind of dish you want. You can eat it in the breakfast or lunch or in dinner. It's amazing, you know. And now we have a war in Europe, and the people are saying that all of flour comes from Ukraine, but in Africa we have a lot of roots. You can make a lot of flour, gluten-free, without allergic consumption, and to save the people. Come in Africa, come to stay in Africa, come to eat the African food. It's the food of soul.
I think it's so interesting that you've taken that cuisine, African cuisine, and you really want to shine a spotlight on the cuisine that you love, and the African cuisine and Italian food, which you also really love. And how do you put those two together? What are some of the processes or the dishes?
I didn't put the above of cuisine together, because when we are talking about African cuisine, we are talking about African Caribbean cuisine, because Africa had the highland too. And in Italy, I learned the Mediterranean kitchen, the Mediterranean food, a lot of technology. But my philosophy, it's a métissage, like a son who come between one mother who come from Africa and the father come from France. You know, the baby is just mulâtre, how you can say in France. So my kitchen, my philosophy is not the combination, but it's the creativity. I'm taking my inspiration from my background and the Italian or the European technique of food, and I'm making my food.
I want to taste your food. I can't.
You should.
I got to get over to Milan again. Well, let's talk a little bit about Top Chef now. How has your experience been so far this season? Ups and downs, and are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, I'm enjoying for myself, but you know, I think my first barrier is the language. When you are going to compete in one country or in the sport, you saw in the sport or the mode, the fashion week, and you didn't understand very well the language, I think is the first way to go to lose. Because for one misunderstanding, you can lose your fight. But in the same time, I think it's the most biggest opportunity I have. I'm the first African woman here to share how you can discover about Africa. I'm just excited. I want just to say thank you.
Well, you're, I'm drawn to the scenes with you. That is really what you just stated, that you want to represent Africa and what you love about it, the food that you love, the ingredients, cooking with those ingredients, but also your story. I'm drawn to you, and I'm drawn to those scenes in Top Chef right now, because you are so real, and I end up wanting more. I know that it's a TV show they've got to edit, but there's a particular scene, and I've seen every season, and I think it might be the scene or the moment that has stuck with me the longest and made a big impact, where you tell the other chefs about the first time walking into the culinary school in Italy, and all the faces turned and they were all white and they stared. And I didn't get much more from that. I didn't get the whole story. And I was wishing that I could hear more about that experience, because I put myself in your shoes in the way that you described it. What were you feeling at that moment?
I was crying, I was crying every day. I was saying to myself, I want to go back in Africa. When I was in Africa, I went to the school, I went to the university. We know that the racism exists, but in Africa, African people don't know very much what means racism, because you know the word, but you don't know what can feel in your soul, in your mind, in your health. I say, I'm a person.
Yeah.
Why you are saying that to me? Why you are touching me like that? Like I like a monkey, like an animal. When I worked for the first time in this school, it was I think was Saturday PM, and one of the African friend I had was escort me to the school, because I don't know where the school was. And when we enter in the school, a lot of young people was like, "A monkey, oh God!" And other people was crying, "Oh God, there's a ghost!" And some people come to me to touch my skin, to say that to say to me, "But you are really black. We can give you the soap. You can take a shower to remove the black." I say, "No, I love my skin. I'm black. I'm sorry." And some people was touching my hair. Some people was, "Oh my God, your lips." I was like, I was 20 years old. I was so young, and I came to the Congo with the war, one of the big warrior we had in Africa after Rwanda, the genocide of Rwanda. For me was just, I was looking for the peace. And when I come in this school, I say, this is another kind of war. And I think it's an eternal war, because today I'm here since 22 years old, but every time I go out with my son or my sons, sometimes some people say to me, "You are not Italian, you have to go back. You have to go back in your forest. You have to go back in your with your monkey." And
I am so sorry that happened to you. I don't, it's so surprising that at this age that we're at this time in the world, that still happens. I'm really, really sorry that happened to you. That's really terrible, really terrible. And how you were so brave and you stayed, but you were,
it's the war. The war gave me the brave. The war gave me the brave, because when we was in the war, we saw a lot of people dying.
yeah.
I saw with my sisters a lot of women was without a head. The military was open the belly and put out the interior of belly and say that you can go. We saw any kind of violence, any kind. We was sleeping close to some deaf people, because in the forest, where you can go, you don't have the Sheraton or a 5 stars hotel. It's a war. You don't.
And you were 19 or 20, around there, that age?
I was 17.
Do you
Yes,
reflect
yes, 17
17?
years old,
Wow.
17. And 2
So
years after I come from in Italy, just
you should not,
after the war.
no one should see that, but especially at 17 or any age. But uh, do you reflect it all now and these days? Do you stop and think what you went through and what you overcame and what you made of your life? You must have the strength of a tiger, a lion inside, that you overcome these things that would devastate most people and paralyze them, and you just keep
We show
going.
that when
Just
they
keep
when
going.
they sorry, we saw when some people shot my cousin the front of us, and some military said to my father in the time, you have to make a love with your doctor if you want your doctor to be alive. My father said, no, I can't. They shot my father, but my father don't die, but they shot my father in the time. For us was the biggest traumatic episode. And the war wasn't for one day, for 1 month, was for 1 year, I think. And after that, when I come in Italy, I was thinking, I can't lose my way in Italy. I can't lose this fight. I have to be a person tomorrow to help my family, to help my sisters, my brother, my siblings, my mother, my father. And when I was in some kitchen, when some Italian says me, you are a monkey, they were pushing me, or they were making any kind of prejudice, I was saying, oh, Victoire, you see any kind of violence in Congo, you think that these people can scare about you?
Right.
No.
Do you think it's changed since then?
Something has changed, but not all. We have a lot of way to make.
Yeah.
You think I'm working in the kitchen since I was 20 years old. Now I have 42 years old. But I have some colleague that I know since a lot of years. They had a Michelin star, they had this or this prime. But for me to get the same thing, I have to work, I think, 2 twice or 3 twice to get the same thing. But we have a same level.
Yeah. But, I wonder if that the person that it benefits, ultimately, it's not fair, it's not right, but you are strong and look, and it's benefited you probably in ways that you just say, I'm got to work 3 times as hard, but I can beat you. You said sometimes those personal things, and I can't even imagine what you've gone through. I can't compare anything I've ever gone through to that, but sometimes maybe you've drawn some strength, it sounds like, from those experiences, as horrible as they were. You said in Top Chef this season, the judges are pushing us far from our comfort zone. And as a chef now, how often do you push yourself from your comfort zone, and how so? And it sounds like all the time, but
yes.
Do you
I
push
started to learn English. I started to learn English 10 weeks before to go to the competition.
Yeah, let me tell the radio listeners that. Let me repeat that. You speak 7 languages.
Yes.
Is English number 8 or is that number 7?
No, it's number 8.
It's number 8. She speaks 8
Yes.
languages.
Yes.
And you learned English 10 weeks before you started Top Chef World All-Stars.
Yes, after the job in the night when the baby was sleeping, I was, oh my God, I want to understand this. Oh my God, I was repeating, I was listening to music, I was dancing, I was watching the movie, social media. I said to myself, you have this opportunity, you have this opportunity. How many times you can have the opportunity? The America open you the door. For free. Start to learn this language, and I start to learn this language. I make my first TV on show. I write this TV show. I speak with the director of the channel. I say I want to be a chef in the TV, like my other colleague. You can give me this opportunity because you know my background. And she said me, she's a woman. She said me, it's Bianca Perugia. She said me, I trust you. I love you. You can do that. For the first episode, I had a lot of haters. Go back. We don't want to you this or this. But I say, if I touch something in your home, that makes sense. That I give something. I have to continue. Now I have fourth season of my own TV show.
Congratulations. And give out the address for that. Give out the address.
Thank you.
Yourself.
And when someone say me, you can't do this. These people are giving me fire and diesel,
Yeah.
I can get boom.
I love it. You're an amazing person.
Thank
an amazing person. I wish I could talk to you for a lot longer. I have 3 minutes with you, so I'm going to ask you one last question that I want to ask. Chef Victoire is my special guest today. She's from Top Chef World All Stars. This has just been, wow, the conversation has been good. It's been a little hard to hear a little of it, but I'm so honored to have met you and spent a little time with you, Chef. This is on your website, and it struck me, and this is my final question for you, because I know you have to go. What does live the flavors of good food through the colors of pleasure? What does that mean to you? Can you explain it to us?
I can explain that with the word, because if you can feel this kind of emotion when you taste a most beautiful flavor, color, texture, you can't explain it with a word. You have to taste it.
Thank you so much. Would you come back, please, sometime? Can we talk more?
You won't. I can say you in Lingala, in my own language.
Yes, say it.
Sokyo lingi nagi. If you want, I can come back.
I would love for you to come back. Chef Victoire Gouloubi is a top chef. She's on the list of my favorite people I've talked to. Top Chef World All Stars in London, season 20. On Instagram, you can find her at chef_VICTOIRE. And on her website, chefvictoire.com. And then you can get links and watch her television show on Sky TV, 2 of them, not 1. And you can catch her on Top Chef World All Stars in London, season 20 on Bravo and Peacock, Thursdays, 9/8 Central. Top Chef returns for a milestone 20th season with World All Stars in London, featuring 16 of the greatest competitors from Top Chef iterations around the globe, facing off in the fiercest showdown the culinary series has ever seen. Who will be crowned top chef? Tune in. Chef, thank you so much, Victoire. I'm just going to keep saying your name all day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, America. Thank you, all peoples. I love you. En Afrique.
You're amazing. You're awesome. All right.
Communicate.
Bye. Listen more. Evolve. See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you.